Your Excellency, Chairman Xi Jinping, distinguished colleagues, at the outset, I extend my sincere gratitude to President Xi Jinping for a kind invitation to this high-level dialogue and your leadership in hosting this important event. Kazakhstan regards BRICS as a truly influential organization and a key growth engine for the world economy. Kazakhstan has a vital interest in developing vibrant partnership with BRICS countries. Last year, Kazakhstan's trade with BRICS exceeded $45. Still, we have plenty of room for expanding this volume in the years ahead. Excellencies, today's world is beset by crises. It's facing with unprecedented geopolitical and economic turbulence. First, over the last few months, the world food situation has gone from bad to worse. Millions of lives are at stake if the global food supply chains continue to degrade. Today, 3 of the world's 4 major food producers are BRICS members, and the BRICS countries' total agricultural GDP accounts for more than half the world total. Resolving effectively the food crisis requires a fully coordinated international response and should include both short-term and long-term measures. Kazakhstan is committed to contributing to these efforts by employing its huge agricultural potential. Ensuring food security requires a well-functioning trade system for food and agriculture based on the principles of fairness and non-discrimination. In this regard, the Kazakh chair of the just concluded 12th WTO Ministerial Conference provided new political direction to the relevant negotiations. Second, the world economy now faces the biggest stress test since the World War II. Soaring inflation is destroying households around the world. Worsening financial conditions put serious pressure on highly indebted nations, businesses, and families. Amid persistent disruptions, countries and companies have to reevaluate global supply chains. For too many economies, recession will be hard to avoid. Again, Kazakhstan could contribute its fair share by playing a kind of a buffer market between East and West, South and North. In the long term, we need to keep an open, fair, interconnected, and resilient global economy. Here I see a lot of potential in the BRICS Plus, One Belt, One Road, and the Greater Eurasian Partnership initiatives ushering a new era of growth and connectivity. Third, our planet continues suffering from the climate emergency. There is no time to lose. Kazakhstan is practicing what it preaches. I announced that my country would be carbon neutral by 2060. Kazakhstan's economic policy envisages our future in ESG standards, sustainable energy, and low-carbon development. As the world's leading uranium producer, we will include nuclear power in the country's energy mix. We are committed to close collaboration with BRICS countries in the field of technical assistance and capacity building in addressing the climate change. Dear colleagues, despite the existential crisis of multilateralism and global governance, Kazakhstan firmly believes that international institutions remain our only tool to tackle the threats that go beyond the capabilities of any one country. New types of global partnerships should replace confrontation and zero-sum approach with a win-win dialogue. Here, I commend the vision of the Community of Common Destiny for Mankind, as well as the global security and global development initiatives put forward by Chairman Xi Jinping. As founder and current chair of the Conference on Interaction and Confidence-Building Measures in Asia, we will proudly host its 6th summit in October of this year. To advance the democracy-religion development nexus, Kazakhstan in September will host the 7th Congress of Leaders of the World and Traditional Religions. The perfect storm of simultaneous crises reminds us why the world joined efforts in 2015 to endorse the Sustainable Development Goals. However, as we approach the halfway point of the SDGs, we are moving backwards in relation to many of them. We need to get SDGs back on track. I welcome vigorous efforts by the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to turbocharge the 2030 Agenda, including by convening the Summit of the Future next year. We should renew our commitment to leaving no one behind, especially women, youth, children, elders, and disabled persons. The BRICS Plus nations could contribute to narrowing the North-South gap and addressing the development imbalances. As Central Asia's economic powerhouse, Kazakhstan is keen to expand the regional cooperation towards 2030 Agenda. The second regional summit on the SDGs beyond COVID towards a just recovery in Central Asia, held in Kazakhstan last week, was a momentous event in this respect. We will continue pushing forward the idea of establishing in Almaty a UN hub for SDGs for Central Asia and Afghanistan. We need to address the aggravating regional risks related to water, energy, food security nexus. Ongoing global emergencies require systemic solutions. Now is the time to turn this crisis into an opportunity. Here, all our efforts must be guided by the moral imperative to put people first. I am convinced the BRICS Plus platform will make a worthy contribution to this endeavor. Kazakhstan is determined to harmonize its national interests with global commitments.